Am not R2.
Am not
R2.
Am not
R2.
Am not
R2.
I know you are, but what am I? Ha! I win again. You lose.
Man, I always have all these insightful opinions all the time, but I could just never make anybody see that I'm right.
Hey there, Mike.
Dave! Where did you come from?
Behind you. So, why the long face?
Well, Dave, the long face, that's because I can never get anybody to see my point of view. That's why the long face.
Well, don't worry. I'll be happy to teach you how to win an argument.
So, Dave, how do I win an argument?
Whoa. Stop right there. Let's start with something simple. I want to see what you're capable of in arguing first. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Alright, so let's try, tell me why continuing to develop the land could be a bad thing.
Well, yeah, I guess it's bad for the environment, and stuff.
Lesson 1. Know your topic and your position. You can't exactly argue if you don't know what you're arguing about.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Which leads us to lesson 2. It's not enough just to have your point, you gotta prove it as well. This is called the burden of proof.
Burden of proof. Right, got it. But how do I go about proving a point?
Well, first you need evidence. Evidence are the facts that your opponent has to acknowledge to be true. Then you draw conclusions from the evidence. This is called your opinion.
Wow, that totally makes sense. No wonder none of my arguments ever worked before.
Well, that's at least one of the reasons. Well, basically, there are 3 ways to come to a conclusion. First, there's a generalization.
So, how does generalization work?
Well, a generalization is a conclusion based on several specific instances. For example, say for instance you notice that a person was wearing blue on Monday, blue on Tuesday, and blue on Wednesday. You might conclude that they really like blue. The fact that they wore blue several days in a row would be your evidence.
Well, that seems pretty logical.
It is. Next, there's causation. Now, this is when your conclusion is a direct result of specific evidence. An example would be if you concluded that I got better grades than you because I studied every night.
I can also conclude that you are a nerd.
I could also conclude that you were a jerk face. On to analogy. Now, analogy is when you compare one thing to another. If I'm tall and I think that this elevator is too small, you would use analogy to conclude that another person who's tall would also think this elevator is too small.
Or maybe you're too big for this elevator.
Which brings us to lesson 3. Attack your opponent's argument and defend your own. This is called refutal and rebuttal. Now this is all pretty simple. To refute your opponent's argument, you must attack how much evidence he has, the quality of his evidence, and the logic of his conclusion. To make a rebuttal, you must refute your opponent's refutation.
And that's all there is? Cool, thanks, Dave.
No problem. Now you better be getting back to class. It starts in 5 minutes.
Right, see you later. And so, I can logically conclude that because you haven't paid me back any of the money you already owed me, I shouldn't lend you any more.
My head hurts. I guess you're right.
Well, looks like Mike got it prime this time. Mission accomplished.